Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. First of all, I would like to thank everyone for watching our videos. We got some tremendous comments and response and feedback for our previous videos. We got a lot of questions. I hope we were able to answer and we tried answering one-on-one on all the questions. But please feel free to mail us or connect with us in case you want to have a discussion or a long discussion on any of the topic or any of the transaction or any of the areas. So last week we had a very interesting conversation with one of our old clients. The client, used to stay in Koramangala. He stayed there for a couple of years. Now he's staying in Bengaluru, and he's planning to invest in a luxury property in peripheral areas near Sarjapur. So we were discussing, and interestingly, we were discussing over cheese dosa, which is my favorite and his favorite also. So I tried explaining on cheese dosa only how the real estate market has evolved. So like if you look at a cheese dosa, like in the center, there's very limited opportunity to put amount of cheese. So you can only put that amount of cheese. So similarly in CBD area, the land availability is less, so there is very less opportunity to build a real estate. Because the supply is less or the possibility of supply is less, of course pricing is always highest in CBD generally. So in CBD in Bangalore is like MG Road. Then next comes off CBD, which is Koramangala. So of course the pricing of Koramangala will be little less than CBD area because it's little away and there's more scope to do development. So as you move away from center CBD towards the peripheral areas, like you're moving from, let's say, MG Road to Koramangala to HSR to Bengaluru to Dumasandra to Sarjapur Road. I'm just covering one stretch. Although you can take any radial distance, like in a cheese dosa, you can go radially outwards anyway. You can go either towards North Bangalore side, towards Hyderabad Highway or Tumkur Highway or Banagatta Road, Sarjapur Road, Tumkur Road, Old Madras Road. So any radial road, as you move away from town, the price inversely goes down. So because as you increases the distance from center, which is radius, you can say, as the radius increases, of course the scope of development increases, you can do more development, but then the price goes inversely proportional to radial distance. So the price always go little low, but then it also moved. It's of course not constant, so the pattern can be constant, but the rate will vary. So for example, I was discussing with this client and we kind of just stumbled upon this thing, let's do a time travel of real estate from Koramangala to Sarjapur. So we try and matching the data because I know him for long and we had the data for last 20 years. So we tried doing time travel and it was very interesting. We just put it in a different format. So let's say 20 years back, what kind of pricing was there in Koramangala, or even if you go 15 years back, Koramangala was around 8 to 10,000 rupees square feet, which was like the price for off CBD area, a premium area. That point of time, Koramangala was like a bursting residential catchment, which was catering to all the tech parks which were supported or developed on Electronic City on one side and Whitefield on the other side. So the pricing was very attractive and it was catering to the tech parks which were on the peripheral areas. If you look at what impact it had on other developments, of course, because of the residential development in Koramangala, premium development, it also attracted a lot of support infrastructure, like good malls came. So Forum Mall was one of the iconic mall in Bangalore, which is in Koramangala. It's still one of the most favored, frequently visited mall amongst a lot of netizens of Bangalore. So that was there, and then there were a lot of hospitals and schools and shopping place and eating place. It was, even today it is the favorite joint for a lot of people to go back. Now it is of course startup capital of you can say India, because most of the startups are from Koramangala HSR belt. So a lot of startups are there. That's also the thing, because people love Koramangala. So that was there, the pricing was there 10-15 years back in the range of 8 to maybe 10,000, 11,000 kind of thing. When it was that price, if you look at the next 5-kilometer track, like if we just move 5 kilometer radially outside or outwards, we come to Bengaluru. So Bengaluru at that time was only probably like limited commercial development was there. So there was a commercial development which was like in form of tech parks, and then because tech parks were coming, residential also started happening. So residential was there, but then the pricing was almost 25-30% or 35% less than Koramangala. So if Koramangala was, let's say, 10,000 rupees, Bengaluru was around 6,000, 6,500, maybe max to max 7,000 in early 2011-12 kind of thing. So I'm talking about good development, good properties. So if you look at that time frame, you move little further, another 5 kilometers. So you comes to, I'm just taking, let's say, one corridor, Sarjapur Road. You travel another 5 kilometers, you come to, let's say, near Decathlon or RJ Tech Park, which is what you also known as, you have a Carmelaram railway station. So that landmark is Carmelaram. It's a railway track. So there the pricing was probably not more than 4,000 to 5,000 or maybe 4,500 to 6,000 rupees square feet. So there was a delta of another 15-20%. So there was a delta of 50% from Koramangala. There was a delta of 15% from Bengaluru. And between Bengaluru and Koramangala, there was a delta of around 25-30%. If you look at that time, if you look at the properties which were built, very few properties were built, but there were properties which were built in Sarjapur village. I mean, you'll be surprised to know they were actually selling at 3,000 rupees square feet, 2,500. Even some properties were sold for less than 2,000 rupees square feet also. I remember we sold one property, one of the flat at only 23 lakhs for 1,200 square feet, which was almost close to 2,000 rupees, even little less than 2,000 rupees per square feet. So around 2015-17, the pricing, when Koramangala pricing was around 10,000 to 15,000 rupees square feet. It got appreciation of around 40%. Same time, Bengaluru also increased. So the Bengaluru pricing got up to around 7,000 to 8,000 rupees square feet, or sometimes some cases it was even 9,000 rupees square feet for some luxury product. So that was the delta, it moved. So what the pricing was in Koramangala in 2010-11 moved to Bengaluru in 3 to 4 years time frame. The pricing from Bengaluru actually moved to let's say Carmelaram. So the pricing in Carmelaram got up to around 4,000 to 6,000 rupees square feet, 7,000 rupees square feet. Some of the properties, mostly it was closer to the lower side of the spectrum, which is 4,000 rupees square feet. Similarly, the pricing also shot up in Sarjapur, but marginally, maybe increased from 2,500, 3,000 to 3,500, not more. Cut to 2020, just before pandemic. Of course, the pricing was a little bit higher, but the impact of pandemic was very different on the real estate, especially residential real estate. Suddenly, people realized, and a lot of clients realized the value of buying and owning a home. During the pandemic, what happened is it triggered a kind of purchase thing amongst the purchasers or buyers from real estate. So I had so many clients who actually upgraded from, let's say, 2 to 3 bedroom, 3 to 4 bedroom, 4 bedroom to villas to bigger villas. Of course, they had to move little away from town, but they were okay because there was a hybrid culture. Mostly people were working from home. You can say people were going to office only once in a week or twice a week, maybe less. So the necessity to own a bigger homes was definitely there. So during that time, what happened? Suddenly it shot up by a very, very high margin. So Koramangala pricing today, it increased from 13 to 15,000. It went to almost 20,000. Today people are looking at transaction in the range of 90 to 21,000 rupees square feet. So that pricing is shot up. So the impact is definitely there. But the pricing which was there in Koramangala 5 years back has now come to Bengaluru. Today in Bengaluru, good properties we have sold in the range of around 10 to 12,000 rupees square feet. Although it was like 7 to 8,000, 9,000 rupees just 4 or 5 years back, but it is shot up. So the pricing is moved. So pricing has moved from, let's say, Koramangala to Bengaluru to Sarjapur Road. Sarjapur Road, further if you go, what was selling at around 4,000, 6,000 today is easily selling at 8,000 rupees square feet, 9,000 rupees square feet. You have properties by Godrej, by Shobha, by Prestige, by Brigade. Good projects. Of course, new supply has come in that area. The pricing is definitely in the range of 8,000 to 9,000 rupees square feet. Some projects are even trading at 10,000 rupees square feet. So you can easily see the movement of pricing from let's say radially from city center towards outer area. So if you look at a time travel, as you move on the time and you move away physically or geographically from city center towards outbound radially, the pricing will change. So one impact will have pricing in terms of going down. Like as you move away from town, the pricing will go down. But with time travel, the pricing will also shift. It will increase. So it's basically a paradox, you can say. Interesting paradox, although, and it's true with most of the city which are actually developing radially outwards. So today, if you look at Sarjapur village, which was at 4,000, 4,500, today the properties are selling for at least 5,500, 6,000 rupees square feet. We are also selling there. A lot of development is happening, a lot of projects are happening. If you look at Sarjapur village and beyond, in fact, people are looking at entering Tamil Nadu also, because I think hardly 4 or 5 kilometers from Sarjapur, the Tamil Nadu border starts. In fact, there are a lot of projects which are coming in Tamil Nadu side of this part, where people are planning villas, apartments, although they all are working in Bangalore. Their workplace is Bangalore, but they are living there because there's good amount of projects which is there, good amount of land is there. And I'm saying all the grade A developers, like national developers, are planning projects there. So if you look at the price pattern and if you look at the kind of opportunity which is there, I'm 100% sure in next 5 years, the pricing will move from, let's say, Bengaluru to Sarjapur, from Sarjapur to little away from Sarjapur towards Tamil Nadu side also, Bangalore side also, or if you look at towards north, from north, that pattern to north side, go to Chikturupati. The Chikturupati, it's again an interesting thing. The plots which were available in Chikturupati, say 15-20 years back, were available at 350-400 rupees square feet. It shot up to, let's say, 1000 rupees square feet by 2010-11. Then it shot up to around 1400-1500 rupees per square feet. Today, the people, developers have sold organized plots at 3,500 rupees square feet. So you see the pattern. The same micro market, same location, with time travel, price shoot up because the development is moving. Another interesting corollary, what we discussed with the client was, the Wipro had a corporate office which was on Sarjapur Road, which was around 2 kilometers from Bengaluru Junction. And that was there for longest time, and because of that, the market was created. A big development creates a micro market of a radius of around 15 to 18 kilometers. So that's why you saw a lot of development happening from the corporate office till, let's say, Domasanda Junction or little beyond. Then Wipro opened another office, the new office which was opened I think 2 years back or so, which is at a distance of around 3 kilometers from the old office. That has further enhanced. So they're more, and they're not only that tech park, there were 2 more tech parks which are coming. One is already operational. So because of that kind of development, movement of real estate is happening in a very, very rapid pace. If you look at the pattern and if you look at the data which is available in public domain, I'm sure the pricing of that area will go by at least 35-40% in coming times. If you look at around 3 to 5 years time frame, we have sold properties which we sold like in 2019-20 some flats at, let's say, 80 lakhs. We are reselling the same flat now at 1.25, 1.35 CR. So there is a delta of 50% in a span of 3.5 years, even less, for example. So if you look at the pattern of real estate movement, and if you look at the time travel of real estate movement price across the micro market or radially outwards, there's an interesting paradox. It's inversely proportional to each other, but that's there. So that's a very interesting observation. And if you look at the data alone, we don't talk based on experience only. We also take the data. The pricing is moving outwards across all the major cities. So I think there's a good opportunity to look at outskirts of Sarjapur areas, which are like, you can say 10 to 15 kilometers from Karmilaram Junction. You will see huge amount of development. We already know a lot of big developers from India, top developers from India. They are targeting that area for development. So I thought I'll just share with you, in case if you find it useful, we'll be happy to assist you in any of your transactions, and if you are looking for any advice, we'll be happy to assist you. We also got a lot of ideas on the new content we should do. Like some clients have sent us, some viewers have sent us topics on what all we should cover in that podcast. I can promise you we'll definitely cover all those topics. We are doing research on those topics and content. We are definitely doing research on new areas. So based on your demand and your request, we'll definitely do it. We look forward to your feedback and comments on this video. Feel free to ask questions on the comment box in the video. Thank you very much.